Hey, 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 look who's back in the house. Lady TC Knows is here. That is LADII. Sings Jazz over there on Y2B. And I miss you guys so much. It feels good to be back. Yes, I have been just kicking it, just chilling and spending time with my grandkids like I told y'all I was going to do. And it's been wonderful. I mean, I've been going to the beach. We've been doing the Six Flagsy thing. I've been getting out into nature. I've been just really just, doing my grounding and everything. And I just feel great. And I had to because, and like I was telling y'all need to do that too. You have to get out and not let all this stuff consume you because, being on that internet, when you're in isolation, you can get very attached to the internet. And the internet is a gold mine for the chosen ones to get all the enlightenment knowledge that you need. That's wonderful to get it and attain it. But remember, you can also get that by reading the word and reading affirmations, and reading all about meditation and understanding your emotions are chakras. And if you understand that the chakras and your emotions are the same thing, you can learn to control them with the meditation. And that's why meditation is so good for you. And a lot of people think, oh, that's getting into new age spirituality. No, listen. Even in the word, Yahushua Mashiach, they meditated. The Bible itself tells you meditate on the word. So it's all about how you meditate, what you meditate with. And then I remember I told you guys Baba Vanga, who was a gifted seer, as I am. But she was really way gifted and prophetic and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying she was more than me. I'm just saying that's what she anchored herself in completely. So she took on a lot of predictions and everything about the end times and all that stuff starting to happen now. But she also received a divine message, which I've relayed to you guys, and I've made a video about that. You've got to scroll all the way down about it, where Baba Vanga spoke about the 5 spiritual keys that are inside the chosen ones. That when you realize you're chosen, you come into this knowledge of the 5 spiritual keys, you develop them and become become walking in your divine purpose and serving the Most High and doing what you're supposed to be doing. So there's just a whole lot of aspects to it, but you got to take time to get into all of that stuff, and at the same time take time for yourself to relieve yourself of trauma. Release the trauma, let it go. All that talk about aligning with with the moon being out, and all the videos that I've done on the new moon coming up and the shifting and everything. The keys to that are learning to align yourself with the word, with positivity, with good affirmations, with meditation. When you align yourself with that, you learn how to let go and release all the negativity. When you do all that, then you can rise up in your consciousness and raise your consciousness to be higher. What I can't stand is how people took the word woke and made it political. It's not political. It never was. It was designed to teach ourselves that we're awakening by raising our consciousness. So the word woke, it was a slang that we invented for ourselves. And then the political people just went and took it. And no offense on LGBTs, whatever, but they took that too and made it for, their style of living, which included using all them, what do you call them, adjectives and stuff for their, pronouns and all that. Listen, it was basically, the word was meant to raising our consciousness and awareness and discovering who we are. So yeah, other people can use it for whatever they want, but basically what it really is about is raising your consciousness and finding out all about yourself and who you are and what's true in this world. So in talking about that, I'm not blind, y'all. I see everything that's going on. And it saddens my heart. So I had to turn away from it because there's not too much we can do about these things. All this bickering back and forth, what Trump is doing and others that are in, the White House and all that, we can't really control that. And if you seriously sit up and believe that everything going on with, this party versus that party, and he's doing this, and that's because they in the past did that, and listen, don't get caught up in that stuff, because I'm telling you right now, you cannot rely on that anymore. And you need to stop thinking, oh, they're gonna fix it all. We're gonna get out here and do this and do that. We're gonna fix it all. Listen, there are laws now that if you get out there and start running your mouth in them streets, he's going to put forth what he's promised in that P 2025. You know what I'm saying? He talked about Mart Law. Backwards, that's Walmart, whatever it is. That's a whole nother video. Anyway, listen, don't put yourself in any situation that you can't get yourself out of. You're running your mouth all day long. They see you on the talk. They see you. They're listening and they're watching everything that's going down. But mostly what really twangs me is that everybody's fighting amongst the church. They got all people of color and black folk back and forth, and white people too. All this racism is at an all-time high. I told y'all I was born in 65. I was alive during the time Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, the assassination, and what it did to the world. You just don't know. Back then, there was a cloud that hung over us, and everyone just went home and just were falling apart. And the world was such in a disarray when all that went down, and rioting happened too. But black people, we were so upset after that happened that they took notice. The other racists said, wait a minute, somebody came to their senses and said, we got to stop all this. And they finally started lifting up Jim Crows and all that other stuff. But it wasn't overnight, no. But they realized Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, that should never happen. So what I'm saying is, do what you're supposed to be doing. Don't get yourself emotionally all caught up in this stuff. Keep your chakras aligned, because I'm telling you. So anyway, I'm going to get off all that stuff and tell y'all the news. Okay, so I used to have a TV show called TCX9 Cafe TV. They contacted me to come back and do the TV show. So I got my cameraman back. He's willing to come back, and he's like, yeah, let's get in there, because when we get in there, we have access to the studio and great cameras, and the rooms and the setup look like living room. It's like an Oprah Winfrey set, kind of. Not that extreme, but yeah, we can do a lot in there. And then the computers and everything we use to download and get our stuff edited out happens like that. So we're talking about putting it together. The show is going to be a TV show, but I'm also going to make them into videos, so they will get posted on Tubi. They won't be posted on the top, but they will be posted on Tubi. Oh, my timer's going off. My food's cooking. So anyway, so what I'll be talking about on the show is the same type of stuff we talk about now, but I'm not going to get into stuff that's touchy subjects. I am going to talk about holistic health, because y'all know about my health and how I am a heart disease survivor, and I'm into the holistic stuff. And like recently, I just started this new KSM 66 type of ashwagandha. And this ashwagandha in particular has that bioperine pepper in it. Let me tell y'all something. It's gummies. Well, I chewed this. There's so much pepper in it. But listen, that's good for your heart. It's good for your blood flow and circulation. It's good for your body. And if you take turmeric, you got to take it with pepper. But this KSM 66 brand I got, it's so good. If y'all could see that. It's so good. And I picked up some more soursop and soursop bitters. I'm still taking my sea moss. So I'm going to be talking about all that stuff on the upcoming show, and talking about getting into meditation and actual giving people the intention list and going over it, But it also covers community events and stuff that happens here. So I'm looking forward to doing the TV show. And my cameraman is also a record producer. So he's talking about, we're going back in the studio, and I'm going to start my next album. So I'm very excited about that. And what I wanted to tell y'all about is the next album is going to be about us chosen ones. So it's going to talk about all this type of stuff that we're into. And if any of you do spoken word and you would like me to take any of your poems and convert it into a song and make it into a song together with you, and then have it on my album feature, your name would be attached to the album, being that you're a co-writer or you have written that poem or whatever. If you're interested, you can always hit me up in the direct messages and let me know that you write spoken word, especially specifically about chosen ones and what has to do with meditation and getting into all that stuff that goes with it. If you're interested, let me know. And I love you guys so much. So yeah, I have taken a little break, and this week I'm going to the Jazz Roots Festival. I'm meeting with the people for the TV show. A lot's going on, but I'll be back next week to start making more videos. And I love you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon. Lady TC knows here on TikTok. Lady TC sings jazz. Take